Man with a gun. The guy threw the article over a fence, and now there's a. Now we've got a. And now I've got a guy with a graze wound who kicked the door in and then either got shot or shot somebody in the apartment with a 12 gauge. It's going to be a wound to the hand and the arm. So, but still, there's something to it. So 455 is en route. 7. Just confirming the loc, 740 South Alvarado in Rampart. All right, so we just had a foot pursuit. Now we got a commercial structure fire coming out. So we had a LAPD Rampart was in foot pursuit of a man with a gun. Guy throws the gun over a fence.
What's the apartment number?
This is kind of weird, actually.
36607.
Throws the gun over a fence.
455, just a heads up. LAFD still has that dispatch as an assault victim.
Oh, nice.
740 South Alvarado Street, switch to Simplex for 2845.
Okay, copy. And they're switching to Simplex. So, and it's 455 David. I copy. All right. So they had a guy running with a gun. He threw the gun over the fence. LAPD said, "Hey, we need a couple units for a perimeter. You know, just a usual shenanigan." And the next thing we know, we heard another call, 740 South Alvarado, same location, for a man that kicked in a door of an apartment and then either got shot or shot someone with a 12 gauge. And I heard that and I thought, oh, there's no way. It's like where the guy was running with the gun. So what's interesting, I think the guy they were chasing with the gun was a 211 suspect. Maybe he was with somebody else and they were in that apartment trying to rob him or what have you. So then things went sideways. Here's our crime broadcast. Here we go. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, guys. What do we got? No, she said stand by. Don't stand by. I need to know. And then we'll go to the backside. We're gonna go to the backside of wherever the RA ends up, and then they did request them to respond. LAFD has it as a
under the frequency before broadcasting.
Has it as an assault call. So I'm not sure. They still have not cleared the frequency for the crime broadcast, so we've got a little bit of time here, and then I believe FD is staging. So we're not super far. We're probably about a minute out right now if the greens bless us with green lights.
20 cancel.
There's FD.
65 250.
All right. I don't know if we're gonna get transport because we were not blessed. We were not blessed by the green light gods today. We've been. We've been hit by every single red light. So it's in this apartment complex. It looks like, yeah.
Unit code 6 on the back of my desk. So unit code 6 on Alvarado.
536. Repeat that when I go back 10-8, please.
Repeat your last message.
Alrighty. See what we got.
2 code 1.
Oh, they have to come down the elevator. Okay, we're good. We're good. And then the guy ran over the fence. So cool. Driving me nuts. How's it going, sir?
Hey, we're good. How yourself?
I thought this was BS because it was the same address that came out. I thought they're trying to cover for their buddy.
Yeah.
Apparently not. Sir, can I chat with you when you come back out? Is that okay?
Let's see, it all depends.
Okay, thank you. All right. So. Alrighty. So we'll see what he says when the sergeant comes back out. How's it going, guys? I'm gonna get one shot of the camera too. Do you guys think it was BS also, or?
This one, I don't know. The paramedics are checking out the victim.
Okay. The way it came out, we heard the foot pursuit.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff happening.
We heard that, and then I heard the shooting, and I go, no, he's just trying to just cover, and then I was like, oh. Yeah, it was nuts. I go, okay, I guess it's legit then.
Robbery alarm on the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, that's right. Are you guys patched in with Northeast, by the way?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the Cowboys? Did you hear the Cowboys?
Yeah, the horse.
I heard that. I went, man, I got to find that one. It's like Valley shenanigans. But we went up there. Northeast was UTL. We couldn't find him either. So, but yeah, this.
That would have been a good one.
Oh, can you imagine on tape with the horses going through? Oh, I think he's coming out. Oh, not coming out. So they just walked out with the gurney. So my assumption, obviously, is that they said the victim was shot in the hand and the arm. So if they're coming out like that, then they might just walk him out of the place. So.
That's just like saying, with the dark, with 90 bullets.
It'd be nice if my shots were level. I was just about to ask, can you refuse AMA on a GSP?
Yeah. And then,
really? Oh, nice. You guys are missing a good pursuit right now. So it sounds like our suspect here possibly lives in the building and shot a neighbor with a 12 gauge, like kicked in his door and shot him in the hand. But as you guys saw, the RA left and the victim doesn't want to go to the hospital. So he has buckshot in his hand, I'm assuming, or birdshot or whatever, and he does not want to go to the hospital. So that's what we have right now. They're calling. Keith. Well, okay, they just grabbed the shield, so they might think he's there, but we also have a shooting at 17th and Grand, so I kind of This is pretty static. We can always come back here. So let's go down to 17 and Grand, see what they've got there, and then we'll re-respond. Damn, even the detective put on body armor. That's pretty cool. You don't see that every day. All right, so we're just finishing up in Rampart. We're heading over actually to intersection of 17th and Grand. It's an intersection call for a possible shooting with a victim down. And I'm not sure what we've got because Keith called me about it because we were out of the car hanging out with the Rampart guys. So that's what I get for not going where we need to be. So we'll head over here. We'll see. Does that guy have red marker lights? Look at that. That is a red blinker. It's so dim. My goodness. Look at the color shift on that. It's like you can barely see. Yeah, I think that goes on the back side of the car. Huh. So either way, we're heading over here. We're going to see what transpired, and we're about about 2 blocks away right now. Yeah, red markers on a Ford Edge. Look at that. And white. He's got white blinker in the back. Maybe he did. Maybe he put it. I think he actually made a legitimate mistake there. So yeah, it is what it is. So we're heading down. We're about to make the turn on to Grand, and we'll see if we actually have an incident here. Alrighty. And we do. No. Maybe not. All for naught. Keith, trying to see if we're on our toes tonight. 499 code 6, 17 and Grand, no evidence of shooting. You got any more?
Negative. Just came out as an ambulance shooting. That's all I know.
You know what? It's probably the lady that lives in the apartment over there. She keeps calling in fires and shootings and stuff like that. It's got to be her. But she usually gives her own address. Now she looks like she might have changed the game up a little bit and called in a different location. All right, I think it's going to be. Actually, stand by. I got FD over here. They're clearing. It looks like they're clearing, and I don't see anybody else. Let me circle the block here, see if I got anything. But right now, it's going to be UTL. So, and they're not responding what their lights and sirens are.
1385,
Central.
Oh, Central CHP, 5th and 5. Correction, 499. Just confirm it was 17 and Grand.
Question, removal by tow. A
17 grand.
trailer.
Okay, copy that. Yeah, I got nothing, and they didn't transport my victim on my shotgun shooting. I'm shocked. He was AMA'd, so I'm still gonna feed it because somebody kicked in his door and blasted a 12 gauge in his apartment, which is, not normal. But yeah, he did not want to go to the hospital, so I guess he'll wait for the buckshot or birdshot to get rejected or something. I don't know. Either way, 455 will be back 10 and clear. 455 David will be back 10 and clear. So
Debo from Friday.
Debo from Friday?
Yeah.
Which guy, on the bike?
On the bike, yeah.
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? He looked like that actor. What's that actor's name?
I can't remember.
Funny.
He did look like Debo, didn't he?
Yeah. All right.
Gabe's calling. Did you get it or no?
I got some of it. I got it after the second stage. It was the whole first stage is blocked by cloud.
Wait, you got the rocket launch? Like legit?
Partially. I didn't get the exciting part.
Is it an Elon rocket or someone else's rocket?
Yeah, it's a Starlink rocket.
I can barely hear you, by the way. Move your Starbucks cup away from the microphone.
I haven't got it yet. I'm en route.
What's making all that noise then?
Oh, that was the static on my bad radio.
No. Was that really what that was?
Yes.
That's horrible. Gosh. Okay. Yeah. Send it wherever you want to send it, dude. It's if the footage is the footage really good?
No, it's kind of because of the compression. It's really grainy and noisy.
The compression on what? On the site or on what?
On the export setting. So I use
No, there's no way, dude.
And
no, you're so neurotic. It's like insane. There's no way that it's grainy with those settings. I'm telling you, you're so neurotic. It's like you're like pixel hunting. You're like zooming in as far as humanly possible, or mechanically possible, I should say.
Alrighty.
All right. Yeah, send it where you want. Do whatever you want.
Alright. Bye.
Okay, bye. Gabe's out filming rocket launches and stuff, and we have these settings for their export and everything. It's perfect, and he's always like, no.
For a transient encampment fire on the side of the freeway.
No, they're always on fire there, along the 110. Always. There's
Roger, 84th place
probably on the 84th place in Grand.
encampment fire.
That's down by, that's like past Manchester, I think. 84th. Grand. Oh, it's at Manchester. That makes sense. All along the 110, that's always the thing. Okay, so yeah, we're back clear. We've got our one call. I'm going to process that, and yeah, that's it. On to the next one. We'll see you at the next call. I got to work. All right, 455 is responding to 6th and Fig on reports of multiple palm trees on fire near a hotel. All right, so you're not an Angelino. We were talking about this. What show is that on? What show talk? It's you? Yeah. Oh, man. You're not an Angelino until you see palm trees on fire, and I don't know if we've had that yet. So we're right down the street. LAFD's putting out 6th and Fig, multiple, I think they said 5 palm trees on fire, multiple calls. Let's go see it. We got to see it. I'm trying to process a story, but we got to take a look. It's always exciting. Always exciting. So, yeah, we'll take a look-see. Should be right. Yeah, they're saying at 6th and Fig. Oh, there's FD coming down the hill. Oh, we're gonna get him. Come on. They're going down 6th, and we're gonna make the turn here, and they're gonna be right in front of us. Oh, hello, it's right here. Amazing.
Thanks for Roger.
Oh, they're like almost out already. Oh, sad.
Suspects have been coming to location and taking part. Those returns one.
Pull over. Do a little off-roading here. Oh, it's beautiful though.
Domestic violence suspect 612 West 75th, code 2700043.
It's not really like, it's not like the tops going. When the tops go, you get like, the wind takes it and you get those little embers going and stuff like that, so. I got a couple shots. Why not? Why not? We're here. Oh, wow, look at that, huh? We'll see if FD, I don't think they're going to go wrong way up the ramp, but well, not quite the palm tree fire I was expecting, but still kind of interesting. Not a usual palm tree fire. They're usually a heck of a lot bigger than that, but kind of pretty with the kind of pretty with the embers going through and everything like that. So not terrible. It's visual, so it's got that going for it. All right. I was working on another story and then we came over to this. So let's let's clear off of here and get that in and get out of here before we get blocked in by a bus. Uh-oh. Let's go. Let's go. So we're heading to 5th and Spring for a reported structure fire. However, this is down the street from where that palm tree fire was. So this might be smoke related, maybe a fire alarm or something like that. I don't know. I just saw an RA pass by, so let's get ourselves over here and see what we've got. I'm looking to the north. I see nothing. I see nothing. We are a couple blocks away. So we'll check it out and we'll go to, oh, they're on. They just got there. Alexandria Hotel.
We have nothing showing in
Nothing
best
showing.
mode. Everybody stage on Broadway and 5th.
The Alexandria Hotel. They got nothing showing. Everyone's going to stage. That's fine by me. If that's the case,
Nice, you got light force 3.
we're going to...
9-story, pre-60, Alexandria Hotel with nothing showing. Stage at 6th and Spring.
We're going to stand by and take a listen and see what they end up
That's you repeat.
see what they ended up getting, and if it's anything, then cool. If it's not,
Got
then
task force 3.
it is all good.
Task force 3, stand by.
We will get on out of here. And Spring is a one-way, so we're going to go to the next street if we can fit through here. Yeah. Doggy.
There's a spot here in the front for you. Yeah, medical.
Oh yeah, that art's pretty cool, huh? All right, Spring's a one-way. Everybody's to our left, so we're going over to Main. We'll go up to the next street to the north and not run over the zombies over here. Gotta watch out for the zombies.
Truck 9 from Metro, we have additional reports. Smoke in the ballroom.
Smoke in the ballroom. All right. Probably somebody threw a cigarette into a trash can. Yeah, it's all good. Still gotta check it out.
We just got a message from MSC showing smoke in the ballroom, which is towards that stairwell 5.
4-6 disregard, you've been canceled by the alarm company.
Well, it doesn't sound like much right now. Smoke in the ballroom is a.
Yeah, engine 9, you're gonna be fire attack.
I was wrong the other day.
You're backing him up.
I was
Let me know if you need
I was very wrong
Task force 3
on that house fire. Yeah, they're getting a handle on it, blowing through the roof. I'm like, okay, great, good job, Zach. Excellent work. So, yeah, let's see what's up. We're gonna hang out right here for a second.
Burned up electrical.
Oh, burned up electrical.
Got a second above it though. Got someone on the first floor.
All right, burned up electrical on the first floor.
209, you copy?
I don't know if we'll have to get out on that. We'll see if they have any smoke inhalation victims or anything like that, and then if they do, we'll jump out. If they don't, we'll go somewhere else. 455 is going to be code 6, 501 South Spring, Hotel Alexandria. Smoke in the ballroom, smells like electrical. I'll be standing by for medical and I'll be back for. And no alarm activations either, which is interesting. You'd think they would have an alarm activation, but it sounds like they don't. So, smoke in the basement electrical. Okay. We'll wait for them to go through it. We'll give it like 5 minutes. And if you see us here again, then they had a victim. If you see us somewhere else, then we probably have a different call. So you're going to find out with me right now. All right, we are heading into Hollywood Division, North Hollywood Division right now with a shooting. They just made it a help call. I'm not sure why. North Hollywood frequency kind of cuts in and out when we're on the south side of Mulholland, but we're making good time up the 101 right now. They just made it a help call. Airship's just coming overhead. I can see them in the pass up here. If you look up, you'll see the airship. And I'm not sure why they made it a backup. Again, it came out as an ambulance shooting, so we got one victim down at least. I heard the engine and the RA responding. So we'll be there in about 1-2 minutes, and we'll find out exactly what we've got. But again, we're not really going to hear exactly what's happening until we get a little bit closer. Probably closer to Highland, we'll start hearing North Hollywood frequency. So kind of not a great situation. Not even kind of. It's not a great situation for us because we're going into something fairly limited on information. I need to figure out exactly what's going on.
There is a small patio that looks like to the rear of the location. No heat sources, nothing moving around back there right now.
Boulevard, vehicle 25 Northwest, the alarm company 30 Roger 9 RP. The male has a 5-minute ET and a white and no make and model, additional at 474.
And again, I'm not sure why this is a help call, so we're gonna stage up a little further down. There's a guy going across the street there.
740 South Alvarado Street.
And we've got high altitude on the airship. Looks like CHP's here also. All right, we're gonna set up. It looks like we have someone in the building. Okay, we have a victim. I don't know if that's a person. Okay, we've got someone in the building. We're gonna find cover over here. Just sit tight. There's a guy in the building, it looks like. Yeah, CHP is coming to this side. Okay, let's jump out. And that could be very well our suspect in this shooting. So let's get ourselves in a good spot. Go on the other side of the car. On the other side of the car. So, all right, there's officers running in. We've got officers running into the building right now. Officers just ran in that building where all that, there was like stuff being thrown out of there. We've got some people here on the sidewalk I want to get a look at, see what their deal is, but not quite sure what we, and it's weird because CHP is here too, but there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. So we've got 7 people here on the sidewalk. Airship's at a high altitude. CHP is here, and I did hear CHP had the call initially, but And Tay, I'm concerned about this building. Obviously, we have visual cover with the trees and everything, but I don't want to have. That car's looking pretty good, and that really big, this really thick tree right here is looking pretty decent too. We got units showing up like crazy right now. Everybody's showing up. Oh my goodness. We've got so many units showing up here. This is nuts. This might be an active shooter. This very well could be an active shooter right now. Shit, the whole frickin' division just walked in there. Do you see that right here? I want you to go, come here. Right there is where you want to be. I got one in custody coming out. All right, we got one in custody. They're bringing him down this way. We still have CHP, heavy CHP presence. We got officers coming out here. They're probably gonna clear FD to enter, would be my guess. But again, this came out as an ambulance shooting with one victim. We got this guy just walked up here. I don't know who this guy is. And then our suspect looks like they have him over on the corner over there. So I'm wondering what's gonna come out of this door next. We got, it looks like, oh, another guy. I'm not seeing a victim right now. Again, we've got a whole group of people here on the sidewalk that are out, that are talking with CHP. We got this guy that walked up. I don't know what his deal is. And then they just took two suspects out, both in handcuffs. And we got more units showing up. So we're in a good spot right here because we're out of sight, out of mind. And that's, yeah, I see him. So this is a good spot for us. I want to keep eyes on that door, and I don't want you too far outside of this tree right here. Yeah, right there's good. All right, FD's clear, so I'm not as worried about hard cover. Again, we've got two in custody and a group of people on the sidewalk. See if I can shoot down the sidewalk here and see who FD's going in right now. All right. Wow, what a response from LAPD, huh? What a response. All right, we got those two in custody. I want to be. It actually wasn't a bad spot. I wish the leaves weren't as low. All right, so they just rolled the gurney in. It looks like we do have at least one victim as of right now. Yeah, we're in an okay spot. Not great, not terrible. And we're gonna, once things calm down here a little bit, we'll run that address and find out what that is, like what the place actually is doing business as. Can you believe how many units rolled up at the same time? That was nuts. They must be, obviously they're outside the division because they requested units from outside. But we're not seeing units from Hollywood. We're seeing units from the Valley side responding. FD did go in with a gurney, so I'm expecting them to come out with our victim. Again, 2 in custody, and there's about 5 to, I want to say about 5, maybe 6, 7 people sitting on the sidewalk over here. Let me take a look here. There is some type of nomenclature on the top. It says MAF Club, I think. The Roof. MAF Club, the Roof. So this might be like an after hours club or something like that. Did he roll from downtown? Did he roll from downtown? No way. You didn't roll from downtown, did you?
No.
Okay. Hello, good to see you. What do you have on this outside of what we know? Just the victim down and officer needs help?
Yeah,
that's it?
tired.
Okay. They've got a bunch of people on the curb over here, 2 in custody, and it looks like they're going to be FD just went in, so if they do have a victim, they're going to be taking them up in a second here. So again, right now we've got 1 victim down in the inside the building. There is that sign on the top. It says MAF Club or what have you, but again, we don't know for sure what it's doing business as. So what we'll end up doing is running that address and doing a quick search and seeing what information comes up. But as of right now, we have the officer needs help call. We have our CHP units here. We have our North Hollywood units. We have LAFD dealing with our victim, and I think they might be coming out here. This might be no, they're still in there doing their thing. Once they come out and this gets a little bit calmer, we're going to start asking some questions. And this very well could be an OIS. I don't think it is. But again, we didn't hear exactly what was happening because geographically, the way Los Angeles is set up, the Santa Monica mountain range that kind of cuts between the valley and the South Bureau side of Los Angeles is preventing us from hearing what's going on in the valley. So when we're listening to what's coming into the car and we're in Hollywood, we're not necessarily able to hear the north side of the valley. So we're kind of in a bowl. The valley's in a big bowl, and then the south side is in kind of a bowl. So it's an interesting spot to try and hear stuff from. But yeah, I think like I said, we're just going to wait and see if they end up transporting. They very well might not, depending on the condition of our victim. And then if they do, then so be it. But as of right now, it's just we're hurrying up and waiting. And we're in a decent spot right here, so I don't really want to move us too much. Once FD does their thing, then we'll start moving around a little bit and finding out where we need to go and try and get a couple different angles on what's going on here. Again, the big thing for us is just the information and figuring out exactly what's happening, because right now we're kind of unsure. No, the gurney's empty, so this is going to be a fatality. So let's make sure we're in a good spot here. We're locked up, and let's do a little bit of recon. Talk with these guys. Oh, we've got a. Oh, this guy's getting detained here. So you know what's weird? That guy that walked by us, they just put him in cuffs. So not a good thing. I want to walk down here, but I know that we have some witnesses or victims, and I don't want to disturb them and find it, cause problems for them. So yeah, we'll go down a little bit, see what they got. Oh, there we go. Oh, CHP's out of here. There we go, thank you.
Yo, yeah, let's go.
So, again, we've got a few people in custody over here, and I am not sure if they are we're not sure how they're actually related, so it's going to take a bit before we find out. Well, morning, guys. Hey, fellas. We're okay to hear? I just want to make sure.
You can stay on the outside perimeter. That's awesome.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Real quick question. Was this an OIS at all?
I don't know.
Oh, are you guys from, you're not from North Hollywood?
No,
then?
we're not.
No. Sounds good. Thank you. All right. So they're not from North Hollywood. It's going to take a minute before we get too much information. And this is still open, right? We still have traffic coming this way? Okay. Let's go over here. I'm trying to get an angle on the building. Oh, here we go. There's a walkway. right, looks like fire's clearing the engine, but they're keeping the RA because they have to fill out their paperwork. So let me let's get a couple more shots of them clearing off, and then I'm going to make some calls and find out exactly what we have going on here. Because as of right now, this is kind of don't really have a clue. We just know that there was a shooting with officer needs help, and just step on it. You're not picking that up 12 feet. You're not picking it up 12 feet.
Yeah, no, I just realized that.
It's all good.
I'm gonna hang the slack after.
I know. So, all right. Again, we don't really know 100%. Sorry for neglecting you, Tay. I'm sorry. And you guys, of course. The only thing we know right now, and what we can surmise from how the ambulance and LAFD handled themselves here, is that we have one victim deceased. Officers were here on a shooting call that CHP got initially, it sounds like. So some of these witnesses, we're really close to the freeway right here. The 101 is right here. So some of these witnesses were dialing 911 on their cell phone. That goes to CHP, and then they're getting information through their communications, which is probably why they showed up. So CHP showed up. LAPD North Hollywood got here. Probably only one unit was arrived at this scene. That unit then asked for a backup. The airship was overhead. They put it out as an officer needs help call, and that's really all we know. So to get to that point, it could very well be an officer involved shooting. It could very well be a situation where they ran into this club, that, you know, after hours club, whatever this is, which is what it appears to be right now. They very well could have shown up and found a victim with people running out. I mean, you can see there's like chairs out there, and when we showed up, I saw some debris coming out of the front door. So I don't know if that was officers clearing room for FD and other officers to come in. I'm not sure. But considering there's only one gurney and the police response that's here, I'm not quite sure what we have exactly. So again, we are sorry, KTLA's shown up, trying to get them a good spot. So I'm not sure exactly what we've got, but we're going to talk to the stations and see how's it going. I'm going to talk to him real quick. Hey.
What up, man?
Good to see you.
I'll picture real quick.
Okay. What do we have exactly?
I have no idea.
I don't know either, because I was on the south side.
Call for help.
It was officer needs help. We've got, I think, one DOA inside the building, and half the damn division is on the other side of the tape.
Inside the building?
Yes.
Oh.
I think it's a DOA in the building. It looks like an after-hours club.
All right, I'm going to pull up a little
your bit. Your best spot might be the other side facing that way, because they still haven't shut this down.
Cool.
So,
will do.
Yep. All right. Sorry about that. KTLA just showed up. So I got to make some calls, and we're gonna send this in. And again, I'm not quite sure what we have. So let me let's figure it out, and then we'll come back with an update when we're driving back. So let's hold that, and then to be continued. Okay, so as of right now, like we were talking about, we had an officer needs help call that was produced by the Air Resource, I believe. This call is in North Hollywood Division. We weren't able to hear it directly. We were coming from downtown LA. Once we got up here, we saw that we had which we're now finding is confirmed to be one person deceased inside the building at the address that we were responding to. We've got CHP that showed up because, again, 911 calls were coming out onto the freeway. CHP was getting them, redirecting them to LAPD. CHP showed up along with LAPD North Hollywood Division officers. They were met by victims and witnesses out in the street. Seems like it was a pretty chaotic scene. Either the officer here or the Air Resource put out a request, because I heard him echo that as well, for an officer needs help situation. Every single officer, available unit I should say, in Valley Bureau responded out here, and that's what we saw, that huge column of black and whites showing up. Apparently there's a house up here, up this street here on Oakshire, that has some ring camera footage of the possible suspect that's involved in this trying to break into their location. I haven't confirmed that yet, but that's a factor in this story. As of right now, we know that there's 1 deceased. We had 3 detained. I think they let a couple of them go. But as of right now, it's a very, again, we always say fluid situation, but I mean, there's no other real explanation for it because the amount of information is so limited. I do know though, at this point, it's not an officer-involved shooting. It was a ambulance shooting with a victim down, deceased, and then the officer asked for a backup while they were dealing with that. So that could be perceived as an officer-involved shooting because the radio traffic would be similar, but as of right now, per LAPD behind me, it is not an officer-involved shooting. So that's what we've got. Everybody's showing up. We got Telemundo here, KVEA, KNBC, KTLA's right here. I think that's Fox, and then there's one more over there. I'm not sure who that is, but either way, news stations are showing up. We did our job. We got the footage to help tell the story. So that's what we got here. That's it for this night. What a wild ride, I gotta say. Tonight was absolutely crazy. So again, I'm glad you guys were along for the ride. As always, we'll see you on the next one.